Welcome to the Nutana Curling Club. We're here at Draw 21, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. The Under-18 Curling Championships. This draw features ranking games. So these are teams that have not continued in the playoffs. They've lost out, but there still is something that matters because it will determine their ranking for next year's seeding. I'm Bruce Cordia. Joining me is Tracy Streifel. We're going to bring you all the action today. It's a beautiful day today. It's warmed up. We're out of the deep freeze, and the curlers are still probably excited. They've lost some tough games, but it's still an opportunity for them to play one last game, get on the ice, and still be a part of their team.
Yeah, it's a real change this morning. I think we're just hovering around -5. So such a change from what we've had all week. It's a breath of fresh air to come out to the rink this morning.
Yeah, we had a real weather event where we had our cold snap for the year, for the winter here, and we're all feeling quite positive that spring is on its way, and along with that, we're going to start the game here. Manitoba lead. Not sure I can pronounce his name right. I'm going to say Orja, but from the Gimli Curling Club.
All the way, yep. Keep it going. Keep it going, yep. Hey, curl, 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 curl. Gotta go.
I was talking to the coach of this Manitoba team, and interestingly enough, they all come from various areas, and so what they do is they gather at Stonewall, Manitoba, to practice together, and they have weekly practices, and Georgia actually travels 2.5 hours one way to get to Stonewall.
That is quite a commitment already at that age to put a team together, but it shows you what some of these players, their goals and commitments are for building their curling careers.
Well, and what else is really good about this is that Manitoba has the Manitoba Junior Curling Tour, and it gives them opportunities to play about every second weekend in an event and get that experience.
Definitely have some rocks in play already. We've got the first 2 rocks have come up a little short, so Manitoba is attempting to come around the center. So Tracy, have you heard much comments about the ice and the players and what they've thought about it all week? Or?
I think that they're mostly just so excited to have been able to play on such a great surface. The ice runs around 15.5 seconds here, super fast. And to play where there's so much curl is a lot of fun and something they don't always get to do.
And it's what they've done here is they've really emulated the arena atmosphere. Not only trying to make a dress up look like an arena, but the way the ice reacts, it's so sensitive with your weight. You need hack weight and you throw hack plus, it's a totally different line. So it's really emulating exactly what an arena does. So kudos to the Lawrence and all the ice makers here and all the volunteers. It's just been a fabulous event.
It has, and one thing too that they're having to get used to, or by now they know, is there's a big breaking point on this ice, and it happens just over the hog line, and they have to be prepared and ready for that break, and that simulates what we see at the Scotties right now.
Definitely it makes a team who can communicate really well have a distinct advantage, because if you're not all on top of that anticipation of when the rocks are going to curl, you're going to lose a lot of rocks out here.
For sure.
Well, yep, gotta go. Yep, hard, yep, right up, hard, yep, hard, gotta go. Yep, okay, whoa, easy.
Sneaks
Nice.
by, rolls out.
Some nice sweeping there to hold that straight.
Manitoba lays 1 in the back of the house. Alberta's going to attempt to come around.
Yeah.
So both these teams lost a tough quarterfinal. So it's a quick get back on the ice again the next morning and come back out. So they're probably disappointed, but they're still playing for their province and the ranking, and I'm sure they're going to give it their best effort out here.
It's got a curl.
Yeah, and if you walk around the club, you'll hear so much coughing. And I talked to the coaches, and they said both teams are experiencing sickness on their teams with bad colds or flus. So it's a tough slug for them, and it's been a long week for them too.
Well, for anybody who's not played in a national championship, it's so draining because you show up at the rink early. The games are long. It's stress. There's a lot. Everybody thinks it's just a great fun time, but there's a lot of stress and pressure out there because every shot is magnified. You lose one wrong game, you're out. So it's hard, and your body has to get sufficient rest and eating properly. So it's a grind out there. And those teams that are maybe in a little better shape or a little more nutrition, more sleep, those are the ones that are going to see the advantages.
Yeah, you definitely have to be able to manage that. It can be a real emotional and physical roller coaster at these events.
I think that's probably the biggest thing these teams could take from these events is trying to manage the highs and lows that happen, because it's quite a swing with the wins and losses, and you have to stay at a pretty even keel because it's a long event, and accept the fact that you're going to get some tough breaks, and you're also going to get some good breaks, and you just ride them along.
And a lot of that falls on the coach to be able to manage that, know his players well enough to know what they need and how to manage them.
Back eight. I like back line. Okay, that's good.
Definitely have this end shaping up for quite a finish here. We've got lots of rocks in play. Manitoba's attempting a tap here. Promote their rock to the center.
Close.
Third Julie with the throw.
Whoa.
Line looks close, needs a little bit of finish.
Whoa. Okay, that's fine.
Some really nice weight there, just didn't finish as much. Sitting right behind the sheet where I can see the line, there is a straighter spot as you get closer to the hog line at the other end. It just stays a little straight there.
Yeah, it's definitely weight and release sensitive, and those teams that can tune in on that are the ones that have the bigger advantage out here. Reese Morrison, the Alberta third.
Yes! Line's good! Room! Whoa! Right off! Kendra! Go! Get it buried, go! Keep going! Shit. That's okay.
It's a nice come around.
Try for the double? I think it always jams, no? Just there? Same weight? Okay.
You can hear the cowbells going already this morning. There's lots of parents been here this week, grandparents, aunts, uncles, lots of supportive family members and friends.
Tight, yep. Go. Hard, yep, right up. Gotta go.
This one looks like it's getting tight to the guard in front here. They're going to have to sweep this one.
Yep. Okay.
Rubs off the guard, rolls in.
Okay.
So Alberta with a distinct opportunity this end to put some multiple points on the board. Lane 2, they're attempting a guard, a tight guard. One thing I've noticed this event, Tracy, is pace of play is quite fast. We're not seeing a lot of indecision on the teams. The clocks are usually never an issue.
I think I only saw the clocks being an issue one time this week. they were down to 25 seconds on the clock, but other than that, you're right. They just keep moving the game along quickly, which is great to see because that can be an issue for sure.
I was surprised. I actually thought there'd be more indecision because it's a complicated game. This is a big event, but they seem to just, I don't know if it's all the curling they watch on TV, all their good coaching. For the most part, there's a lot of good decisions made out there.
And that's the whole idea behind this, having the coaches out there, sitting with them and having the one interaction per end, is so that they can learn as they go, which makes so much sense.
So Caitlin McPherson with her first rock of the end, attempting a quiet come around to sit on top of the two red rocks. Definitely one rock looks out there.
Curl if you can.
Looks like she might be a hair heavy here, Tracy.
Yeah, unless she gets a little. Now the teams did get 10-minute or 9-minute practice before the game, so they had the opportunity to come out here and get a feel for the ice and for weight this morning before the game started.
Even though there's a lot of curl out here, I still think there's the element of ice reading in play here because any type of weight change is going to make that broom be put in a different spot. So it's not so easy out there yet because you have to analyze the releases, you have to know the weights, and putting the broom in the right spot is not so easy.
That's for sure.
So Lena Yurko attempting a come around to lay 3.
Top 8, top 4. Mine's good. Room. Kendra. Hard, Kendra. Hard. Hard, Kendra. You got it. Go, go, go. Dig, dig. Dig, dig, dig. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Whoa, whoa.
It's a pretty good shot. She got fortunate with the little rub off.
Alberta laying 3 in the first end.
So now you see the coach, the Manitoba coach, is having his interaction with his team right now.
Right? Or you could try that off the 7, but that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't go for the draw, and if I'm wide, you still got that.
Yeah. Okay. And even if you're full 12, it's hard to get 4, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd say go top 4, right? Try to freeze onto that right onto theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it here.
Not the start Manitoba was looking for. This is extremely difficult shot already in the first end. She's looking to freeze on top of this rock and try to limit the damage. We've seen the last 2 rocks, Tracy, not get the line. I don't know if they've just been heavy or not putting the broom in the right spot.
I think they were just a little heavy because this last one chaffed off, and the one before that was yeah, definitely deep. So we need the right weight, sweepable, and it'll make a nice curl right at the hog line. It'll break, and she should be able to get in there.
That's tricky when it's 15 and a half to 16 seconds. It's so easy to overthrow a rock.
Easy. Hair wide. Easy. Gotta move.
Manitoba last rock of the end. Looking to freeze
Curl if you can.
onto the top 4 foot.
Yep. Hard curl. Hard dip. Gotta go. Hard curl.
Looks like they're going to try plan B here and freeze to the back one. Little rub off. She's laying, Alberta still laying 2. So they have an opportunity here. I think it's open, isn't it, for a tap?
It's wide open there.
Is there a risk with it?
Looks like she's playing the shot for 4. I guess the only risk is if you rub the one on the button, you could probably just get 1, unless you rub it and then rub the yellow going by. You still might get 2.
I genuinely think this is jam. Yeah, I think it's jam.
Team Alberta's last rock of the first end, playing a hit to try to count 4.
Whoa! Yes!
Line looks pretty good, Tracy.
Does.
Yes, hard!
She has a nice shot.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, very nice.
Makes the double. Alberta gets a big 4-ender to start the first end.
Sorry.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
The Canadian Curling Trials. The thing we cried for, fought for, thrown 1,000 rocks for. The podium, just out of reach. But we can almost taste the gold medals in our teeth. Defiant, we take down giants with nothing but the stones in our hands. And in the stands, they wait and see who among us will earn the right to wear the maple leaf.
Second end action at the Nutana Curling Club. Alberta with a big 4-ender to start the game. There's a lot of rocks in play that first end, and it could have went either way, but we did see a few misses, and Alberta made some big shots to get a big 4-ender.
Gotta be over!
Yeah, they definitely got right into it right off the get-go, which we see more and more now with the practices before the game.
Keep going.
Teams
Yep,
are feeling
gotta
confident
move
and get right into it.
Gotta move it. Yep, 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 yep. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're tight, you can.
Lead Kendra with her second rock.
It's good. T.
Yep. Yes.
3, top 12.
Yes.
3.
Hard. Hard. Hard line.
Topping. Oh, I just kicked that.
So I timed this rock at 15-2.
Yeah, the speeds are good. It can even get a bit quicker than that, so they just need to be on top of the ice conditions, and the key is to not overthrow them.
Yeah, the sweepers can bring it a long way. Now they're having a discussion here because the Alberta player did rub this.
Moved or not. They're up like that, guard. Yeah, I didn't see it though. I just felt it.
Okay. Okay.
Anything I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
So it wasn't on the center line anyway, but that would have been key if it had have been, because you cannot remove a rock that's touching center line.
Okay. I just like that.
So
Okay, I like
Manitoba
that.
electing to draw. They're just going to ignore these rocks, and with a 4-point deficit, they're definitely willing to take a few risks here and get a lot of rocks in play.
Now both teams are just in their first year together.
Like back gains. Really sliding. We need a roll. Curl. 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 Hard. Yep. Right up. Hard curl. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Rock was just tapped out, so Alberta electing to hit second shot. Second Abby with her throw. Looks like this one got curling a little bit early here.
She just tossed that?
Yeah. You like that? Yeah, I like that. Like control.
Abby is one of the players on the Alberta team that's really been struggling with being sick this week. But she's out there.
Well, yep.
Manitoba second Robin with looks like she's playing a hit here to lay 2 and hopefully get a little roll behind.
Curl. Might get the roll that way.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Elena electing to throw the other turn on this. Just sometimes a good reset for a player when they had one that didn't go quite so well.
Whoa.
This rock looks close.
Good.
Great shot. I thought she threw that one really good.
She did. It was managed very well.
Okay, so like 15-3.
And that Alberta team, they're all from the Calgary area. But it is their first year together too, so
Full 4 right now.
it takes a while to gel as a team for sure.
There's definitely all these little nuances that can make a team really tight and cohesive, and that takes time. And obviously personalities too, right? You need to know when to say something, when not to say something, how to say it. It's a delicate balance out there because everybody's under pressure, and you want to make it as easy for everybody out there as possible.
I like control. Even if you roll out, it's fine.
If I'm tight and get the guard, that's fine too.
Definitely Alberta isn't willing to play the junk game here. They're just trying to limit as many rocks as they can. Just rubs the guard. A little bit of a break there for Manitoba now as they left the corner guard on the other side.
Do you like there? Yeah, I don't hate that. I like that. Okay. Okay, like 15-3. Tight. I added quite a bit. Line's good. Where?
Third, Julie Magnuson with her first stone
Line's
in the
really
end.
close. Yep. Line. 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 Gotta go. Line. Gotta go. Hard. Gotta go.
Now once it hits that center line,
Hard. Really gotta go.
it dives.
Any roll in. Yep.
That works. They're still laying 2 here. We're going to try the double.
Whoa. Curl.
This one's definitely out there, needs a little bit of finish.
Really flick that wide.
It's a little thin over the top. And Manitoba's got another opportunity to lay 2.
He's still right there? Yeah.
So she just played this shot, so they have the advantage of knowing the line and the ice and the weight. So this should be a really good chance here of getting this tucked in there.
Tight, tight, tight. Tight. Yep. 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 Gotta go line. Hard line. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of curl out here,
Gotta
Tracy,
go.
on this spot. They're
Yep.
really going.
Yep. Yep. Hard, yep. Yep. Curl, curl, curl. Okay, line's okay. Curl.
Well, they got that by nicely.
Nice.
Yeah, she had the edge of the 8, so it's about 6 feet of curl.
Abby!
That was just a great shot, almost perfect. Hard to set it down any better.
I like that on your second. Yeah. Yeah. At least get rid of it, because it Max gets 2.
At this point, it's probably smart playing the scoreboard, and it's okay to give them 2. You try hitting that red one back, and if you miss that, you bring 3 into play, which would not be good at this point.
This is a really good call, you know, for U-18 to have the understanding to hit that second rock and just get out of the end. It's wonderful to see that they are, you know, their strategy is advancing so well.
Makes the hit. Looks like Manitoba still shot rock. So the aggressive call is if they wanted to, they could still play the freeze on this red and give an opportunity of 3 into
Big,
play.
right? Even you roll behind her yellow corner guard.
Okay.
Right? Just control.
Yeah.
A little bit more, though. It's going to curl a little bit.
It's gonna move there. Okay. Okay.
Also, opportunity of the roll here too, right?
That's what the coach just talked about. Let's play the hit and the roll. And again, you know, these coach interactions, 1 per end, just a wonderful advancement of the game. I think that they're letting the coaches sit out there and hear what's going on, see the body language, you know, being right involved in the game instead of behind the glass now.
Definitely has made coaching a bigger part of the game at the game when it's actually being played, as opposed to a debriefing after the game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you kind of forget the setup after the game. Right now, they're in the moment. They can see, oh yeah, that's the better shot.
I think, as you stated, Tracy, body language and just the conversations, for them to be able to hear that, you get more insight into the team.
Exactly. I remember my days of coaching, I would have, when the kids were this age or younger, at the end of the game, you'd have 2-3 pages of notes, and they don't want to hear all that at the end of the game. But this is a great opportunity for coaching.
The only negative is it is cold out there as a coach. You wouldn't, I mean, we've curled all our lives. We don't think the curling rink's cold out there because we're playing. But when you're coaching, you are freezing.
Because they're sitting there, just sitting, but they're out there with blankets and heating pads I've seen. And
there's a lot of finish on that spot. Makes the hit and roll, so Manitoba has a free draw for 2.
get right back in this game.
So what are you expecting about this? About 15 and a half is kind of what...
15 and a half would be perfect.
Just full 12.
So you can see the ice there, nice into the 12-foot. Really good finish out here. It's important when you have this much curl that you have some good rotation, because you don't want to have that break point too early. Then the speed will come off it. So as Tracy, you were saying, the break point somewhere around the hog line is what we want to see when it starts curling. So you can see the rocks mostly staying straight.
Good rotation.
And now it's starting to make its curl. That's considered the break point.
I got 15 on that, so 15 really without being swept. It's a great shot.
Manitoba with the 2 points to shorten up the game to 4-2 after 2 ends.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
From cash spiels to Grand Slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling, with the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
To the Utah Curling Club third end action, a big deuce for Manitoba. It's key when you give up a big end in the first end, you have to score that deuce the next end. A force of 1 would have been really tough to come back now. So they're really just one steal away. Steal a point here, and then the game's real tight again, and then anything can happen.
And we're seeing such nice execution here, especially on draw weight. They've figured it out.
So the winner of this game will be ranked either number 5 or number 6, and that's important next year when they do the seeding for all the pools for the teams. So it's they're also playing for pride, is that, you know, I finished number 5 in Canada or number 6. Playing the come around here. It looks like the weight is decent. We just need a little finish.
Okay.
Good weight. That one didn't get the finish they were asking. I'm not sure if it was too much ice or just a little out there on release.
So this morning we've got a couple games going on over at the CN Curling Club in Saskatoon. And these are seeding games for the women and the men. And there'll be an official over there. Won't be timed, but they'll try to emulate a game as best they, like a regular competition game as best they can. And it's just to let the players get a few more games in, because
like normal?
some of the teams missed out on
We just want to hold them wandering.
the start of the week
Okay,
playing
right?
some games
So yeah, make
because
a
of
double
the
or
late
control.
arrivals due to the
like
poor
ice, like
weather
ice.
in the
Like
east.
that much, right? Throw control even, right? Gotta save our shooter is a big thing, right? Gotta save a shooter. Yeah.
So basically, the premise is every team will get a seed when they're done, right from 1 to 21. As we've had 21 teams here for this event, 3 pools of 7. After this, they will all have a seed, 1 to 21, and they will be determined for next year's pools.
Whoa.
Really
Easy.
hanging out there.
Whoa, 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 no, no. Try for the double.
Oh, that's
Nice.
a great
That
shot.
works.
Beautiful double. Manitoba definitely, they have to walk the line here. They want to play aggressive, but they do not want to give up a deuce here. Ideally, their plan of action here is steal one or give up one.
Yes! Hard! Down, 10-5. Hard! It's good, 10-5. Hard nose! Hard, hard, hard.
Just an observation I've noticed in the games I've done here. Most teams are playing hits inside out as opposed to outside in, which is just interesting because typically if you watch any of the men's and women's Scotties or Briars, they're typically always play outside in on those hits.
Yeah, that's right. That's interesting why they're doing this. I mean, that's a great strategy, especially on ice that curls this hard. Maybe that's why.
Gotta go. Hard, gotta go. Yep, hard. Hard, hard, right up, gotta go. Really gotta go. Yep. Hard.
Well swept. Well swept.
Now that didn't curl as hard as possibly the inside out, or sorry, from the outside in hit would have gone.
Whatever. I've had one since like the 3rd day and then same weight. Whoa! Carol!
Indicating it's out there a little bit here. They're trying to work it over.
Hard! Whoa! Roll it.
Good contact, rolling to the center.
Sorry, my bad.
Just that. Control.
Manitoba's happy with that roll probably because they want to bring the rock back over to this center guard here so that they hopefully have a chance at a freeze or a come around at some point.
Whoa. Curl. Hard. Gotta go.
Really
Hard,
hanging out there.
hard. Gotta get a piece.
It's definitely out there.
Okay.
Oh, and that just slight miss there. So an opportunity now for Alberta to bring 2 into play. The key here, Tracy, is they don't want to come behind the tee, correct?
Right, give Manitoba something to draw down to and sit on top of, or a hit and flop over.
Yeah! All you! Top 14! Whoa! Look at it! Whoa! Kendra! Whoa, guys! Curl! That's okay.
So that one did go behind the tee, but the positive thing is it's wide open. So
What do you
if that
like?
would have been over
I like
another
this.
2
Same
rocks
thing?
behind the guard, that would have
on the
been
back one.
not as good.
Actually, yeah.
Okay. Same thing, just control.
I changed my mind. Was my weight closer here?
You can definitely hear all the buzz and the action here with the shaking of the cowbells and the cheering.
Really gotta go.
It's quite an experience for these curlers to play in front of something like this.
Right up, gotta go.
That's right, and
Gotta
their
go.
their sheet of ice is right next to the spectators, so that's exciting for them to be that close to them, but it's also could be quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and it could be a challenge for not hearing the sweep, right? Or distractions from a real loud bell just as you're throwing.
Exactly.
So another second chance here for a come around. They're hoping to have this one a little bit tighter around the guard. We've seen a few here, Tracy, where at this spot they're not getting around to the center across. So I don't know if it's surprising them and how it's getting straighter, or they're just taking too much ice. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a combination. They have to have just the right sweeping weight to get it to really walk in there. That walked in pretty good. It's not fully buried. You can see edge to edge, but it's definitely gettable for the Manitoba team.
So I think they'd be really happy with probably making the double as opposed to the hit and roll. If they make the hit and roll, they're going to jam it. So I think at this point, make the double, and hopefully maybe with your last rock, you'll have a chance to maybe make a hit and roll and get a steal.
Yeah, if I get the double, that's good. Okay.
This isn't very much ice. I'm not sure. She must be planning to take or to throw pretty solid here. Let's just get a time on it.
I thought she was talking typically about control weight, so a lighter takeout.
I think their controls have been about 10 seconds.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Need some curl out here. It's definitely not finishing.
And that's a 9-6.
Yeah, she could have been maybe a little bit heavy there. That seemed closer to a regular hit.
And again, hitting that one spot right close to center. It just seems to straighten up there with any more weight than a 10.
Good 15.
As we were talking about, ice readings are a really key point, and sometimes it could be just a release of somebody. Maybe they're setting it, maybe they're getting it started a bit, but it's very subtle. Or it could be a rock. You know, there are rocks that are a little bit straighter, right? Or maybe finish a bit more. It takes years and years to figure that out.
And that's also why playing with the same players for years, or you know, more than 1 year, is going to help you figure out releases and try to get everybody similar on their releases.
Absolutely.
It helps the skip a great deal.
Mine's really good. Boom right now. Kendra's rock. Boom. Whoa. That looks hot.
It looks like this one's still not getting the line.
That's a 14, so that
Just a
little
bit
more,
heavy.
yeah.
You like the double?
Well, the good thing for Alberta is there's really no risk here. If she makes a double, there's nothing buried. She's got a blank attempt then after that. So really, at the bigger scheme of things, it's not a bad shot where she put it. We definitely had opportunities this end, but the common theme was they had trouble getting around that center guard.
Well, and the play was always to the outside there, hitting that rock in the 12-foot, and everyone was, most shots were made, and they were keeping the play out there, so the opportunity to draw around didn't come till later in the end.
So yeah, around same.
Very important to make the double here because you do not want to give Alberta another 2 points here.
Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Hard. Gotta go. Whoa. Hard. Gotta go.
Line looks really close here.
Whoa. You're good.
That was a very nice throw and rock. 9-5, straight up.
Beautiful throw. That was very key. So now Alberta is hoping here to blank the end and keep the hammer coming into the fourth end. Manitoba would love a nose here. Because really Manitoba's got to play the you take one, I get two game for a while, right? And the math will add up. It'll work out.
They do need to stay patient and hope for a miss.
And These are 8-end games with an extra end if needed. Lena Yurko with her last stone of the end, attempting the blank.
Yes, hard, Abby, hard. Good.
Perfectly thrown.
Blank.
Lots of weight, so she got the blank.
Blank end here after 3. Alberta maintains the 2-point advantage with the hammer going into the 4th end.
I'm the last guy that looks at the draw. I don't care that much, in all honesty. I would say that I think someone posted the draw in our team group chat, and I don't think I looked at it for about a week after. Now, I did finally look at it because the guy started kind of talking about the pools and whatnot, so I thought, oh, I better go and look and see what's going on here. And so, yeah, I don't pay too much attention to that stuff. I'm kind of the type of guy that's like, what time, what sheet, and definitely who are we playing? We want to talk about that pregame and whatnot, but what time, what sheet, get me there, let's go. And I don't want to get there too early either, because I don't want to be in my curling stuff any longer than I have to be. I don't like hurry up and wait. Just get me to the ice, get that practice slide in, and away we go.
And what shot do I need to make? And here we go.
You bet.
Welcome back to 4th end action at the Under-18 Curling Championships in Saskatoon at the Nutana Curling Club. Alberta with a 2-point lead with the hammer here, almost at the halfway point. Manitoba threw their guard up, didn't quite touch the center line. Again, we're seeming to have issues with the center guards not quite getting where they want to go here.
Okay, switch. Go hard, Reese, hard. Go all the way, Reese. Go all the way. Okay, good.
Kendra with a nice come around there. Put that in a good spot.
You got any of it?
I like the freeze.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so they're like aim for
Great
tight.
opportunity here for a freeze, and if they can get a little bit of a stagger going here, that'll give them also an opportunity with their next one to come around that.
Pulls hair up.
Tight.
You
Yep.
don't want to hear that from this
Yeah.
ice.
Whoa.
Tight and heavy is okay. Tight and light is not.
Yep. Gotta go. Yep, right up. Gotta go. Yep.
Really nice weight.
Easy.
It's a great shot.
Nice shot.
Puts that rock in a good spot now, and Alberta's going to have to make a decision. Not sure they want to come to the middle. That would clog things up here.
I like here. Okay.
I think that's a great call for the open side here. You don't want to bring the play to the middle. You've got 2 points up with the hammer now. Put all the pressure on Manitoba to make the really big finesse shots here.
Give me a pressure pass. Oh, it's good. T. It's gotta be T. Yeah.
Kendra pulls what I would call a Wayne Madaw. He used to always look at his rock just before he released it too. And Kendra, if you watch her, just as she's releasing, she's got her eye on her release.
Interesting, yeah. That's how I remember Wayne Madaw throwing too. Always looking down at the end there at his rock. That's a great shot. She put it right on the tee line. Didn't curl as much going to the wings, which is normal on this ice.
So Manitoba has decided to hit that one, which I think is a good call. Probably they'd like to roll to the middle here, bring the play to the middle.
Yep, right up. Right up, gotta go.
This one's
All right,
curling.
Yep, gotta go. Okay, just play. I think she's just turning him in a little bit.
Makes good contact, stays in play. Alberta with shot rock.
so interesting. Just a week or so before this competition, normally they would paper the rocks to give the rocks more curling in an event like this. But our rocks had kind of maxed out on that surface, so they flipped the rocks, put the handles on the other side, and are now going to spend the next 6 years on this side of the rock.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure if a lot of the viewers knew that, but you can take the handle off and flip the rock over. And you've got another running surface there to use. And I guess we weren't quite sure what was going to happen with these rocks with that, because that surface hadn't been played on yet, but it's turned out great. It's
I don't mind, that's one.
you're basically playing on a nice new conditioned rock, and the results have been great, I think, for everybody.
And when we say paper, what we mean is they take sandpaper and they set the rock on it and they just do a quarter turn. And that's enough to just sharpen up that running surface to give it some nice curl.
Yeah, and the misperception here is you're not really, people think, oh, you're sanding the rocks down. You're not. It's just a light touch up. You're just making it a little more friction, slight, very little bit. And that's become the norm everywhere. 20, 25 years ago, people would have thought you're crazy by doing that. But it's really advanced the game. That's probably been the key thing that's happened to the ice in the last 15, 20 years to make the game so enjoyable to play and to watch.
And like I said, it's just a quarter of a turn on the sandpaper, so it's as slight as you said.
Looks like this intern got started early. It's curling hard. Just rubs the guard. So when we talk about starting a rock, you typically want to release the rock onto the target, but a start is you're releasing the rock slightly inside of target. And what that means is instead of the break point being, say, 3/4 of the way down or at the hog line, the break point's a lot earlier, which means the rock's just going to curl more.
And especially on great ice like this,
They're going to run it in.
where there is so much curl, then the rocks really go hard.
And that's a great point, Tracy, because if you're playing on poker straight ice, you're not going to see those subtleties that much. The rock's just going to go kind of straight the whole way. You'll see more a set on straight ice causing big issues, but it's almost the inversion of what we're seeing out here.
Line's good.
A set out here is really good as long as you're not heavy.
And they need good rotation, and they're for the most part they're throwing nice rotations here. And by that I mean I'm thinking 4 or 5 rotations are needed to
Don't touch it.
keep that rock traveling the way you want it.
Let it settle. Come on. Okay.
So Manitoba's got a good end set up here. They've got a few guards up there. Shot rock just behind the button. Alberta's recognizing this as a threat, and they're going to try to peel away here and get things opened up for them.
Lead. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yes.
Oh, yeah, just go.
Yes.
Hard roll.
Makes good contact on that. Her shooter rolls to the edge of the 12-foot as a guard. That may come into play depending on what what happens to the center here. So at this point, Tracy, probably the guard's better than coming in again.
I think so.
Line's close.
Now, they definitely could come in, but they risked the fact that they could leave a double. So
Whoa, no, easy.
at this point, a guard's a really good call.
Wait only. Curl. Hard. Yep.
Okay, that rock probably need a little more finish. They actually have access now here from the other side.
If anything, hit it on your side.
Probably just need a little more weight, Tracy, hey, and then the line would have been good.
Yeah, they could have been sweeping that maybe a bit more, but I know on this ice you're a little nervous to sweep it. It might overcurl.
Alberta playing the run back here on the shot in the house, trying to kill both yellows.
And that's a great shot.
Beautiful throw.
Yeah.
So shot rock is now buried. Manitoba has second and Alberta has third shot and fourth. So for Manitoba, you're a little bit nervous because there's a lot of red rocks hanging around. You just want to make sure whatever you do not leave a double.
Yeah, she has to make the draw here. There's nothing, or they're going to have a chat.
So you're going to have to come at least T-line, right? Because if you sit top four, she makes the double, and then we're going to have nothing, right? Okay? So even if you come back four and try to bait her into follow you down, right? That's not terrible. But let's go for T-line, right?
Okay. You like this?
We got to go this way.
Yeah, I like this. This way? Yeah, you have to go that way.
Yeah, go that way, yeah.
Okay.
Where are you going to put the broom?
Edge of 8?
Edge of 8's pretty close, I think, yeah.
It's pretty straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that was a fantastic interaction. I don't just want to talk about the strategy, but I really like how at the end he said, where are you going to put the broom? Because lots of times they talk about the shot, but they don't talk about the execution of the shot, right? Now you put the broom in the wrong spot, all of that's to naught, right?
Exactly.
Just T.
And that's Sean Magnuson, and he is Julie's dad. As so often we see parents out here coaching these kids. It takes so much time. And, you know, we just have to give a shout out to all these coaches that have invested so much into developing these junior teams.
So the coaches don't have agents and they're not getting a huge salary? No?
No, this is, they do it for the love of the game. And some of them don't even have family members on the team.
It is amazing what a coach puts into these teams, and it's really a labor of love. It's totally volunteer work and a sacrifice, and they're some of the big builders of this game you could ever ask for. So slight miss there, that rock didn't curl, but the positive thing is she did leave that rock as a good center guard, so there still are opportunities here.
She had nice weight on that one. I'm not sure why it didn't finish better, but I couldn't see that how she was on the broom. Looked pretty good.
It's a draw.
We are finding, it seems, on this side closer to the stands, going to the middle, that's where they've struggled with getting the rocks across the center line. So it could be just a little straighter today for that spot.
And they haven't used this right side of the sheet as much as this left. They've definitely, the ends have been dominating using this left side of the sheet.
Elena with her first shot of the end, looking to sit two. Manitoba will still have the opportunity from the other side, although that hole is tight.
And there you have it, it died on them.
It's really light. That's okay.
Because that side of the sheet hasn't been used nearly as much as this side, the left side.
Well, the good thing for Manitoba is there's a lot of red rocks, but they do have a chance. They have second, and they have a chance to get shot rock here as long as they don't leave a double.
You like this way? Yep. Okay.
I think this is the smarter call just from the fact that I think they know more what the weight is.
And it looks harder with the way we're looking at it right now on the screen, but once it breaks at the hog line, it will crank right in there. It'll go in, and there's quite a bit of room to come in there. You just have to have the right weight, and she just threw it. So let's hope that from that she'll be able to figure out what kind of weight she needs.
Because this side's staying a little bit straighter.
Good communication down in the hack there. They're talking about how this side is a little straighter, which is key if you're sweeping to understand. The break point might be a little bit longer then.
You can get the roll.
Last stone for Manitoba here in the fourth end.
Curl, always curl, 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 curl.
It's still definitely out here,
curl.
Tracy.
Yep.
They're going to need some
Yep.
finish.
Be here for weight. Yep.
She could
Curl.
promote her own
Yep.
yellow rock, though, if she
Heavy.
hits it right.
Okay, straight. Yep.
I think they're going to have to play plan
Go,
B
go,
here.
Go, go, go. Straight.
She
Go,
might
go,
get
go,
fortunate
go,
on
go.
how this hits. Well, that turned out really good.
Oh, yeah. It was a little heavier out there. She threw a 14.8, but it came in
I
nicely.
think it's too much risk. Just throw the
Did she get shot?
I don't think she shot, so
We don't need 3 or 4. We don't need that.
I think this is a good call. You'd play that double. You could give up 2,
You could, and
and
there's
that
no
would be
need.
devastating.
I don't love it. I don't like it.
I think
Yeah.
that's a good call
It
because you're
is.
guaranteed one right now with the 2-point lead. You do not want to take that risk.
Bite of the 4 or close to it.
And this definitely, if she makes this, puts them in very good control of the game.
Like
So
close.
second chance here. She threw here before in her first one. She was probably 8 feet light. So we're expecting her to add a little bit. Now the other thing was they just played this side of the sheet, so did it quicken up a little bit because they were sweeping and using this side. So that's always the variables you're looking at here.
Top 4. Whoa, head. Head.
They're cleaning it up nice.
Gotta go line. Abby. Okay, whoa. Oh, line's good. Just leave it.
Line's good here. Does she have the weight? No, she doesn't.
She overcompensated. It was her first one, she threw 16, and this one was a 14-2. So
And even the sweepers, they did a hard clean on that the whole way, right? So it's just that the variables, they weren't sure what that side was, so you got to make an educated guess. 5-2 lead for Alberta after 4 ends at the halfway point at Nutana Curling Club.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
From cash spiels to Grand Slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling, with the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
The Canadian Curling Trials. The thing we cried for, fought for, thrown 1,000 rocks for. The podium, just out of reach. But we can almost taste the gold medals in our teeth. Defying, we take down giants. With nothing but the stones in our hands. And in the stands, they wait and see who among us will earn the right to wear the maple leaf.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
When I came onto the team, I said, "Good job, boys. earning that Briar spot and earning that trial spot. I guess I got to thank Brendan Botcher for that too, a little bit, maybe a lot. But yeah, never before have I walked into a team that was automatically in the Briar and in the trials. So it's a different feeling for sure. I think that for me, it definitely made me want to work even harder though. And I think it just takes a little bit of that pressure off, knowing that those spots are already there. You're walking into a veteran team with a lot of great systems in place. You know, the guys they've been nothing but welcoming for me, and I've been curious. I've been asking a lot of questions on how they do things, and trying to, you know, apply my own little flavor to things. And I think we've just really worked well and collaborated well together.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
Welcome back to Nutana. We're starting the second half of this game. Alberta with a 3-point lead, 5-2. Probably both teams are actually quite happy. Manitoba's happy that they didn't get their 2, that Alberta didn't get their 2, and Alberta's happy that they have a 3-point lead.
For sure, but there's been so many rocks in play, lots of opportunities here and there, so should be a good second half.
Well, it's pretty clear for Manitoba. What they want to do here is 2-on-2. That gets them their 3 points deficit.
Lions good.
So their goal here is grab a deuce and force Alberta in 1 and grab another deuce in 7, and we're tie coming home here.
Gotta be over.
Gotta go hard on this one.
Hard, gotta go. Hard, really gotta go. We're definitely over. Okay.
Looked like they kind of gave up on that, but that went a lot farther. I didn't think it was getting over.
Well, I didn't either, but they knew. So today is curling day in Canada,
Lions good.
which basically is a day for clubs to take the opportunity to advertise and promote curling, do some fun activities, maybe have something outside, a curling rink set up outside for people just to come and in a park or whatever and come and just play a little bit of curling and get used to see what curling's all about.
So it's kind of like a awareness day. Hey, have you checked out curling? Come and see it. It's a great game. Play it for your whole life.
Yeah.
Very social.
Very social. Once you can't get down there, maybe you can use a stick and keep playing the game.
It might be tight, but
The other thing about it is it's very economically reasonable, right? It's not like you need a lot of equipment. You know, a pair of shoes can last you a long time, and a broom can last you a long time. So it's it's really a game for everybody. It's you don't need to be physically too active if you don't want to be, but it does keep you in shape, and it's
Stay close.
there are 90-year-olds that still play this game.
For sure, it's just such a social opportunity to get out and get some fresh air, a little bit of exercise for those people, and
Gotta go. Gotta go. Can't take it. Can't take it. Can't take it.
They did rub it, but is that touching the line yet? They may have to measure that one.
so we have measuring devices to see if that's on the line. It's
Oh, I think they're saying it's off.
oh,
Okay. Must have been pretty clear that it was off. If it's close, I think you definitely want to get a measure.
This side, you're all good. It was still like a 15. That side's like 15.5. Like Elena's 4-1 was first.
so the rule is that you can give that rock a little tap, but you have to leave it sitting, touching the center line. If you move it off the center line, the rock can be replaced at the other skip's discretion, and the throwing rock is removed.
Guys, all the way. Really hard. All the way. Drag it.
It's interesting. I know with Alberta is
6-8.
Elena calls usually the sweeping weight. It's usually not line, right? Which is a little bit different.
Yeah. Okay.
And that, yeah, I mean, that'll probably change in time. Ideally, you want the sweepers calling the weight and the skip
Whoa,
just calling the line.
Hanging out here. Yep. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
There's definitely a lot of things that have to happen. When we see curling on TV at the highest levels, when you look at the Scotties, the Briars, the Worlds, that's a fine-tuned machine. All the little things that work. We remember, this is under 18. It is incredibly complicated to learn this game. And for each player, but a skip, you think of what they have to do out there. They're the leader, they're the commander of the team. It is a huge learning curve, and it's just, I'm so impressed with all of these teams and how they've conducted themselves and how they've learned how to play this game already at this young age.
Oh, I agree, and I mean, I think that they probably spend a lot of time watching it on TV and the commentating on TV, and just what you learn from listening and observing a game is amazing.
There's a great come around. They put that in a really nice spot.
Or do you like that? Yeah, I like that,
I think there's also a lot more opportunities now for this age group and more competitions. I mean, I talked earlier about the Manitoba Junior Curling Tour, and there's the U-15, the U-18, I think it's U-20 or 21. So lots of different age levels of competitions.
And they have triples, they have mixed doubles, they have all these things now where you can play as much as you want to. I mean, we were talking about that in our last telecast about how things have changed when we were young and how we started, right? I remember my first slide, I cut a Javex bottle out and put it on my shoe, and that was my slider, right?
Oh. Really,
You're just a kid, right? You're trying to see what it's like. We didn't get to play in all these junior things. We played with our parents, our an uncle or something in a spiel. You played lead because you were not too good, but that's how we learned, right?
Well, we were on not ice like this, put it that way, when we were learning. But I think we're really dating ourselves, aren't we? When
Sure.
we talk, yeah.
Well, I'm sure these kids have no idea what natural ice is.
Yeah. Never played on
and
it.
try to throw on that when it's you couldn't get it all the way down. It was so heavy.
That's right. And the different brooms now, so advanced and so much more. They can do so much more with the broom sweeping now versus what we had.
And I would hope coming out an event like this, not everyone's going to win, obviously. You've got 21 teams on each side, that most of these players coming out will not get to a Scotties or a Brier. But hopefully the love of the game and what they've experienced playing in this will be with them for the rest of their lives.
Well, you know, this event is unique in that they've let, there are 42 teams in this national event, and that is just an unbelievable amount of teams. So almost every province has 2 representatives in each division, in the girls division and in the boys division. So the whole idea being to give them lots of opportunity to come and experience competing at an event like this.
So from a logistical point from Nutana here, 42 teams, that's a lot. Did you find any difficulties with getting them all in the building and how it all to be, the space and all those requirements?
Oh yeah, there's lots of, there's been lots of things that we've had to work through here, and you make it work. You know, I walk through the lobby and the kids are stretching and exercising and throwing, not exercising, but throwing balls and doing jumping jacks, and you dodge around them.
Right? But you want to try to hit it to move everything, right? So you're going to try to hit, you're going to try to hit a quarter of the yellow, right? Okay, so you're going to just going to throw the intern? Intern? Yeah, okay, so probably edge a rock. It's going to be pretty straight there, okay? Okay, try to make, try to get everything moving, yeah.
Okay, so Manitoba has decided that this is not looking good for us. They're going to try to open this up.
Really, gotta go.
Unfortunately, hitting the wrong side of the rock, so that's just clears the one guard. Alberta is really going to be putting on the pressure here this end.
Yeah, Manitoba has to clear a path for a way in to that button on her last shot.
The good news is they do have hammer, but that house is getting pretty crowded.
This might be a good time to just do a shout out to all our volunteers. We have a lot of volunteers helping us this week, and that's what's made it possible to manage 42 teams.
And this event started, was it last Thursday? It's hard to even remember.
It's been a long time. No, it was to start on Sunday, but it started on Monday because of the teams from the East not able to get in due to the weather conditions in the East.
And was there practice before, or was that the practice started Sunday, or was there time before that?
So Sunday, they used that day for practicing, and that was supposed to be Saturday. So everything was moved back one day, and then all the games began Monday. But some teams still hadn't arrived by Monday, so they had to do some catch-up, and some of the teams had to play, well, one team I know played 3 games one day, but otherwise it's just 2 game day for teams.
If I'm high, you at least have tap, but then they'll plunk another one in.
I think I like that. They're heavy.
So that guard came in a little bit tight,
Ideally, you're here.
but still not in the worst spot here. Manitoba is going to have to make a decision. Are they clearing things and trying to get one, or do they have an opportunity for 2?
And their timeout with their coach is done for this end. So this is a big shot.
So is she trying to get through that hole?
No, she's
No?
coming around because
She's
this
coming
is
around.
a little straighter out here. So they
Okay.
indicated to come right down and could come to the back one.
Try.
Definitely room here because there is not any rocks currently in the 4-foot.
No, they come to that back one, they're going to be second shot, but I guess right now that's better than,
Better than counting 4.
that's right.
Manitoba's first skip rock of the end.
Really gotta move.
Looking to make a draw.
Lots of room. Yeah, lots of room. Really gotta move.
Line is good. It does look like it's a little bit hot though. So what usually happens on those when you're wide like that, you don't get the break point and the weight doesn't come off, right?
That's just exactly what happened there.
But like this is good for the steal. We might as well go for it at this.
As tempting as that shot was, you know, to look at it and say, let's get around there.
Yeah, just straight, like no.
I think you might
Yeah, okay.
maybe would have wanted to open that up to give her a little easier shot on her last one.
Yeah, definitely. If you're playing that shot, it had to be made. They're in a bit of trouble now. Now Alberta's decided to play the tap. The other option would be just throwing a guard, and I don't know what she'd be playing to try to get her one.
Just tee. Just have to move
If
it,
she
like-
makes this tap, there's a lot of pressure on. She just got to be careful she doesn't open up this front with the tap and allow Manitoba a way to get in. Alberta last rock of the end. Line looks pretty good here. Makes the contact. Advances it just into the forefoot.
That's a nice shot.
So there's still an opportunity for a draw for one. Manitoba has the same ice she had in her last one. Just want to have a little less weight here. This pretty much has to be made, otherwise this game is
Just
going to
keep
be out of
looking up
control
'cause it
here.
glides a hair. Full four. As much as I can see, that would be good. Because they're biting four now, so.
Okay, line's good.
Last rock in the fifth
Nice
end
hit.
here. Pressure pack draw.
Line.
Hard line, hard line,
Yep.
hard line.
Yep, going now.
Hard line, yep.
Yep.
Hard
Gotta go.
line.
Hard, gotta go.
Line
gotta
is
go.
looking
Hard,
tight.
go,
It's
go,
really
go.
close
Hard,
here.
Hard, gotta go. Hard, yep. Yep,
And
gotta
she
go,
does
gotta go,
get
gotta go.
by.
Oh my goodness, what a great shot.
That is a fantastic shot.
That's it.
Manitoba gets their one. 5-3 after 5 ends.
The Canadian curling trials. The thing we cried for, fought for, thrown 1,000 rocks for. The podium, just out of reach. But we can almost taste the gold medals in our teeth. Defiant, we take down giants with nothing but the stones in our hands. And in the stands, they wait and see who among us will earn the right to wear the maple leaf.
From cash spiels to grand slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling, with the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
Welcome back. Sixth end play. Scoreboard is Alberta up 2, but let me tell you, that was quite a momentum shift because that game was over unless Manitoba makes that big shot. And I tell you what, they're only 2 down. We've got 3 ends to play. That's a big momentum shift. A great shot by Caitlin here to make that draw, and it's still game on here.
Yeah, that Caitlin just executed that perfectly. She was very quick to make the decision. They had the broom down.
I like the guard.
And she threw a 15-6, I got, and the sweep was well managed, and in they went right to the perfect spot. So good for them.
Line's good. Getting tight.
Unfortunately, Manitoba's first rock was hogged, so Alberta's going to be playing a shot to the sides here.
Curl if you can. Only if you can.
Looks like they're electing to throw a guard.
That's a really tight 3.
Okay. Same thing. One more, you got it. Which better?
Hair
She's
tight.
got the typical Manitoba slide.
Tight. 2. 2.
Good.
Although she doesn't have that tape broom.
Take
Don't
a
you have
look,
to have
take a
that
look,
tape
take a
broom
look.
to use?
Yeah.
Curl if you can. Curl. Curl. Curl.
Now they want to get this to center
Curl. Curl. Curl.
so that it can't be
going.
removed.
Yeah.
Just a little short.
And they blink walk.
Alberta electing to come around that center guard.
Do we not do it?
Ideally, you want to be probably sitting in the 8-foot, maybe just bite the 4-foot.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wide. T. Whoa. It can't
Line
be
looks
back.
good there. I think they think it's a little bit heavy.
That looks like 3. 14-1. Back 12. Back 12. It's just was a lot of extension. Back 8. Hey, I was right.
Stops back 8, full buried. Manitoba probably is quite happy with that one. They want lots of rocks in play. They want rocks behind the tee line.
A 3, yeah. Yeah, if we're in.
Really important here for Alberta to score. Manitoba gets a steal here, and the game is significantly changed.
Hair down.
Always curl. Always curl. Easy, just 3. Curl. 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 Yep, curl. Gotta go. Try and get it on. Yep. Okay. Thoughts on the peel?
I think at this point, a peel would be a really good call.
I think peel middle.
They would have the opportunity to make both guards go away, but they're electing to just peel the one on the center line.
Have to be careful here that it doesn't jam on the red one and the 1 o'clock position there.
Lead. Girl.
This is close to a jam.
It might have it. Good.
Over top.
Nice shot.
You like top 4 or another one? Okay.
Okay. Even if we stagger them a little bit, that's not bad.
Manitoba electing to throw another guard here.
Wait's close.
Line's close.
Still lots of time.
Close.
Hair down.
Hair tighter.
This one looks a little bit closer to the other guard, so they just got to be careful they don't touch it coming in here.
Line's close. Straight. There's gonna need another gel.
Okay.
Okay.
Alberta electing to try to peel these out of here.
This way, yeah.
like we're going to get a nose here.
Oh.
Oh. What happened there?
I didn't see what
Did
happened.
the rock
I just
get
saw.
burnt?
I saw.
She burnt it after it hit. Like, you know, my broom just went.
Let's take a look here. Oh, her broom got between the rocks.
I've never seen that. The rock
Yeah,
do that
she-
little
Yeah.
wobble.
So she didn't lift her broom in time, and it got sandwiched between the two rocks. So I think that would just be considered a burnt rock. I think that both yellows got to go back.
Yeah, we'll put them back. Yeah. That one gets taken.
That's a burnt rock. Yellows go back. That's a big, big opportunity for Manitoba here. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before.
I have never seen a rock do that wobble like that.
You never know.
Never. I'm gonna have to look at the imprint on the ice to know where those rocks were, but
Like that?
close enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's
If
definitely an
I'm a
advantage
three,
for
that's not
Manitoba
bad,
here.
but I like
You have
moving
to
in.
take advantage here.
Tight's better.
I think they need to, get one in there now.
I think you need to come. You've got two staggered guards. Come into the forefoot. Put the pressure on.
Whoa.
Put the pressure on Alberta.
Whoa, easy. No, Robin, no.
This one looks like it's got a lot of weight.
No.
Gonna need some finish. Need the rock to come down a bit.
Still don't.
It's a 14.
Yeah.
It is coming down here. Should be probably back 8, back 12.
Okay, that's fine.
I think we draw.
Alberta. Oh, timeout. Here we go.
Their shot back there is smashed.
You when I almost pull a hike, bro.
When I don't know if we can get the double kill without staying not watching.
Yeah, and it's a little off nose on this side. Because the rocks are so lively, you can roll it for a corner guard. We just want to really make sure we score here, so I'd like the center to be open.
I think that's a really good call. The point was they do need to score here. You leave those guards up and you start coming around and you make a mistake. That's not where you want to be right now when you're two up with the hammer.
And you always want to count in the sixth end. It's
Yeah, they score one here, you're three up with only 2 ends to go. That's a great spot to be. Doesn't quite make the double, so Manitoba has another opportunity here to draw another one in and lay two.
They're coming around again, or guard. I think it'd be better to be tight than
No, I think I like the guard. We're one?
Yeah, we're one. Like
Yeah.
tight?
Yeah, I like the guard.
Okay.
I'm sure Coach Sean would decide, does he want an interaction here or not? I think maybe the call might have been to come in, but this still may work out for them.
I thought maybe a hair up.
Close. Stay close. Three.
Mine's tight.
Three.
Only
Line's
we-
really good. Line's really good. Easy, look up. Easy, look up.
Line looks
Oh,
really
no,
good.
No, not curl, not curl, not curl. Stay.
So they have their two guards on the center line.
I think I just draw now.
Glenn thinks we open. Turn the other turn.
Okay, so Alberta hoping to make a double peel here.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Rock needs a little bit of finish here. Gotta be careful they don't jam it on that red one. Goes over the top. So Manitoba now has a tighter guard in play and a chance to come around to lay two.
now. I'm pretty sure I saw them indicating they want a guard up there again.
Well, let's hear what the conversation is when they get down there.
Okay, we're 1, so let's just throw another one.
Like a 2.
And I'm like a 1. Like 1, 2. Yeah. Even if I'm like just off center, then it makes her have to throw like a double peel, so.
So I think at this point, Alberta's going to be coming around. If they throw another guard.
Yeah, we got like 16 ones, so
Yeah.
it's pretty
Now
close.
I'm wondering, did the Manitoba coach already have his interaction?
I don't think he has yet.
Hasn't? This would be a great opportunity to sink one top 4 and put the pressure now on Alberta.
Just here. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Definitely
whoa,
looks like
whoa,
they're
whoa,
throwing a guard.
Easy.
They look heavy. Are we in? Okay,
Curl
straight,
behind
straight,
then.
Straight, 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 straight. Okay.
So the chap off there makes the double tough. Alberta's going to make a decision here. Are they going to draw or are they going to try to peel? It looks like they've decided only 2 rocks in play yet for them. They're going to come around and try to get a deuce or choke off this end. So that red rock on the side is kind of choked off the draw on the other side. So if Alberta sinks one in here, Manitoba may have to play a run back. So this is the side we've seen where they've struggled getting to the center line. Looks like they're in the middle 12, so they got lots of ice. We'll see if this will finish here.
Yeah.
Line looks really close here.
Mine's good. Room. Girl. Room. Only if you can. Only if
Looks
you
like
can.
it might be a hair heavy.
Hard, Julie.
14-6, yeah. It's just a bit heavy.
Ends up getting shot rock.
Yeah.
There is an opportunity now, though, for Manitoba
Yeah, probably just there.
to lay one.
Full 8 isn't bad up here. Not terrible. This isn't terrible either.
No.
So that was 14-6.
It was.
So we want to probably be 15 and a half. That was no sweeping. So
This is where the same path she threw on the last end when she made her really good
No,
draw.
I can stick out a hair. Give her like a quarter. Hit, it'll no, yeah. She tries to hit what she can see, it should go back.
last rock for Manitoba in the 6th end.
Hair tight.
Line looks tight.
Yep. Hard line. Hard. Yep. Gotta go.
I think they really got to go.
Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard. Yep. 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 Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard. Yep. Gotta go.
Just rubs the front. The weight was fairly close, but some of the weight came off because we got some early finish on that one.
Got closer to center.
Yeah, I think it just was thrown a little bit tight to start with. So Alberta has an opportunity now for a tap for 2 to take a 4-point lead. So Tracy, this other side we've talked about before, we think it might be a hair heavier.
Well, she threw the 14-2 here and went deep the last time she threw here. So I still think I don't know about a 14-8. Should bump that in nicely.
Last rock in the 6th end for Alberta. Playing the intern tap. Definitely curling here. We may have an over curl.
Oh, look at this. She's going to almost come through the port, but.
And a missed opportunity there. They do count the one, though, so Alberta has a 3-point lead after 6 ends.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
Seventh end action here at the U-18 Nationals at the New Tana Curling Club in Saskatoon, Alberta, with a 3-point lead, 6-3.
Okay, you got it. Good wait.
So definitely Manitoba's going to play pretty aggressive this end. They're going to have to go for hopefully setting up a 3-ender. At minimum, they want to get a 2-point here.
Line's good.
They do need to make sure they score.
Line's good. Going lots. Gotta be over.
That was a great lead throw from Kendra. Put it in a really good spot.
Okay.
Ahead of the tee line, right on the center line.
2. Good.
Or locked.
Good throw. Okay, nice.
Yelling gotta be over. It's not even close.
Guard was made perfect.
Line's good. Frozen. Yep.
Top 12.
Yes.
Top 12. 3.
Dig.
3.
Line looks really close here. I think they're trying to get one tight.
Take girl. Hard, Reese. Dig, Reese. Go.
Need a little bit of finish here, and here it comes. It's a really nice throw.
Very nice throws.
Right there.
How much of it do you have? Like, we have quite a bit. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I like coming around.
And Manitoba's just going to say, we don't care about those center things. We're going to use our corner guard.
Like 15 guys. The last one was like a 17.
Line's good. Yep. Yep. Line. Yep.
This one looks like it's
Yep.
curling.
Line. Yep. Gotta go.
We can play the crap. We got enough weight.
Jeez. Nope. Not around.
Weight was fairly good.
Okay.
It was good.
That one just seemed to curl right away.
I like locked.
So the shooter rolling to the center has a little bit of a stagger there now. Alberta's decided to come around from the other turn, looking to put another one into the house and really put the pressure on to Manitoba.
Here, tight.
Back 4. Bruce, down.
Second Abby with her first throw of the end.
Woman.
No, this side dive.
Girl. Hard.
Line looks really good here.
Perfect.
Try to get the center of this rock. Hard.
That's a great throw, Tracy.
That's a really nice throw. Well managed.
Well, and you know when Manitoba's looking at peeling, you know Alberta's put their rocks in some great spots.
And she does need to start opening up here. She needs to open it up so they can get at those 2 rocks on the forefoot.
And curling's about what you leave the opposition, and what they've left Manitoba is not a lot.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Peel attempt.
Okay, it's fine.
Made really well. Slight roll, which is okay because they can use that one. And the 2 red rocks are now exposed.
Even if you're light, that's okay.
Manitoba still has some work cut out for them. They're hoping maybe Alberta won't make their guard properly, but they've been playing a flawless end so far.
You're tight. This here. Yep. Gotta be top 12. Hard. If it's not in, then whoa. Yes. Whoa. I don't think it's in. That's okay.
Pretty good guard. A little bit of, you can see half the rock.
Slight over curl, so it does give them an opportunity to move those rocks around.
Back one.
So we do have a small window of opportunity here now. They do have access to moving those rocks. It's important that they get at least one of those behind the tee line.
Maybe a hair up, but it's close. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, yep.
Line looks really close here. Do they have the weight?
Yeah, the weights come off. We're gonna, yeah, they get the top one and roll on maybe.
Hard roll.
Yeah, definitely just a little bit light there. That they needed a bit more weight. We're getting some congestion up there now.
So for Manitoba, they want to bump those red rocks back and create a wall back there for themselves to use.
Alberta's perfectly happy with just guarding this situation. They're laying 2 right on the center line.
How hot? How? Where? Like I need something.
Abby!
Curl. Whoa.
Curl hard!
Don't listen to her. No rolls.
A little bit of frustration out there, I think, just with communication.
It's blocked up pretty good now. Gonna have to do a run in or.
I don't know, what do you like?
Okay, looks like we're gonna have a coaching interaction here.
Bumper on that yellow one. Okay, and punch it onto this 4, right? The thing is, huh?
Try and move it.
Yeah, but if it over curls and you come off the 5 and roll it in, right? That's good too, right? But we gotta try to throw bumper.
What do you like ice then? Try this heat?
Probably about that much, right?
Okay.
Right? Because she's got to hit like three quarters on this side, okay? Okay, but tell her what she's doing, right? Communicate what she's doing to her.
Throw bump, but you're bumping it back. And try and nudge them all.
I really like Sean's interactions here. He's helping them out, clear instructions. The key here is they've decided we got to go after it this end. So they're playing an aggressive shot, hoping to move those rocks around.
She does have to have enough weight to move some rocks, though.
She's really curling. Plan B off the red. Does that rock stay in play?
Does.
Well, Alberta could get a little bit nervous here now because there's a couple yellows in play, so I think hitting that shot is a good call. We still have 2 locked in there really nice, but you do get nervous when you don't have hammer and the opposition rocks are laying around. rock's curling early.
Oh, gotta be careful she doesn't rub off the guard.
She's like so tight.
That's a big miss there.
That one like hit and then double. Because this one isn't out, so then it hit and it
We had a double kiss there.
bounced in.
Oh my goodness.
I think they're going to need an official.
Oh, this one?
Maybe if we can do a replay, we'll see what happened there.
So that one rock's out of play
I think it's
by
up
the
to you.
boards because that hit
Okay.
is what happened here.
Yeah.
What do we see it? Okay, so that
I know we just
hit double kiss. So that rock should probably be put halfway into the 12-foot.
Yeah.
rock out.
And the other one taken off.
Yeah, even
Oh,
if that like that's
I
fine.
don't
Yeah.
think that was right.
oh.
Control?
Yeah, I don't think that one rock.
Red should still be in play.
Yeah.
Probably half in the 12-foot.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't come into play
No.
into scoring.
Well,
So
Okay.
Manitoba, a chance with a double to lay 3.
This is a big shot that's finally opened up for them.
girl. Straight.
Whoa, easy.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a wonderful shot.
Fantastic. So they really capitalized on the mistake that Alberta made by them opening that guard up. They're currently laying 3. Chance to tie this game. Alberta's going to need a double.
Things can really turn around quickly.
Anytime you miss, it's bad, but when you miss the wrong way and actually help the other team, that makes it a double miss.
Just nose. 9-5.
We haven't seen too many hits out here, Tracy. Outside in. I'm not expecting a lot of curl here.
We haven't on this side of the sheet. And what we have seen has been a lot of in-out hits. So they're anticipating it's going to be very straight.
Hard, Kendra, hard!
Sweeping it hard to hold the line. Does remove one rock, but rolls. And it looks like it's half open.
I like bump and just hitting it, bumping it back. Yeah. Okay.
Not a gimme this shot, but she does have the opportunity again to lay 3. Now the important thing is you kind of want to roll away so you don't leave a pocket behind that guard.
Caitlin is certainly throwing a lot of rocks on this side of the sheet, so hopefully it's a comfort for her. She knows what's expected.
Draw first and then go for that second. Okay. Because they're just gonna either hit or plunk another one in there, but. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. No. I was just thinking, but. Yeah.
Looking to throw about 11, I heard.
Here, wide. Yep. Gotta go.
Line
Hard,
looks
yep, gotta
tight.
go. Hard, gotta go. Hard, yep, gotta go.
They really
Hard,
need to sweep it to get it by.
Big.
Whoa.
She just gets by
Roll far.
with the hit and a rollout.
Well, she threw just about an 11, so.
Might have been a lot of weight because that shot was only half open, and she got by the guard tight. It wasn't enough. So I think probably maybe they should have went with a bit of hack weight.
I agree.
Brought the sweepers into play.
Make sure that rock hangs around.
So basically, hit it, same spot we just hit.
So Alberta, if they can get a little bit of a roll here, they have really an opportunity to put pressure on Manitoba. Last rock for Alberta, 7th end.
Yes!
Rocks curling.
All the way, all the way. No roll, no roll.
Makes contact and the roll. Will it be too much?
Second. Oh yeah.
And it is.
What way do you like?
Draw
I don't
for
need
2.
this way. If you take
In case
here.
I split off.
Yeah.
Okay, like aim to get here.
Yeah. Anything there? Okay, good.
Yep, it's fine.
Okay, 15-5. You got it.
Yep.
Draw for 2, so they're thinking about 15-5 is a good speed. Definitely this side seems to have more curl,
Just a draw.
doesn't it?
This side, yes.
Yep.
Well, and I looked at where she put her
I
broom
even have
down,
to
and
split if I'm wide or
I
sitting
thought,
straight,
oh, I hope
so
that's enough ice for a free draw here.
Okay. Okay. Sounds
She had, the Alberta skip had good weight on that hit too, and it still took off on her.
Last stone in the 7th end, attempted draw for 2.
Okay, hold on. Mine's good. Where?
Where?
Do we need the rub? Okay. Yep, mine's good. Yep, mine's good.
Line looks
Curl
good.
then.
Yep, no,
Does
mine's
it have
good.
the weight?
Yep, keep going. Okay.
Should be good.
Really nice throw. And 2 points for Manitoba, which makes the game tight. 6-5. Alberta with the hammer coming home.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
The Canadian curling trials. The thing we cried for, fought for, thrown 1,000 rocks for. The podium, just out of reach. But we can almost taste the gold medals in our teeth. Defiant, we take down giants with nothing but the stones in our hands. And in the stands, they wait and see who among us will earn the right to wear the maple leaf.
8th end action at the Butana Curling Club in Saskatoon. Manitoba looking to steal a point. They're 1 down without the hammer against Alberta. That rock touching the center line now, that can't be ticked.
Whoa, this side's pretty clean. Whoa, look up.
Key here is you don't want to be behind the tee.
Whoa! No. Coming down. It's not. It's 14-8.
Just a little bit heavy. Again, we saw the line with not quite getting where they wanted it to go.
Okay, you got it. Good way.
Manitoba going to be throwing another guard here.
Yeah, little hot.
Okay.
It's really close.
Where?
No, I like it.
Where?
Like a 3.
Gotta curl.
Yeah, weight's really close.
Gotta curl. Hard, gotta go.
Yeah, weight's really good.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Really good. No, yeah. Weight's really close.
Really hung out there. It didn't break.
Barely out.
Okay.
Just a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
Alberta has a chance to hit that now.
And they have to watch the jam.
rock looks like it's curling. You got to be careful you don't hit that center guard. Looks like it's going to be touching that one, so they just took it off. It's a big break for Manitoba.
Like another one? Yeah. Yeah.
So they've struggled to get line to the center here. Hopefully this one, it looks like definitely tighter ice.
Air down. Close. We might be up front.
Second Robin with her first stone of the end.
Yeah, straight. Straight. Where? Straight. 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 Gotta
Have to
get
be
by the
careful
top
not
one.
to tick that one
Gotta
off.
get by the top one. Okay, curl.
It's coming
curl.
around.
Curl.
That's
curl,
great line on
curl,
this one.
Hard. Hard. Yep.
That's
right
a
up, right up.
perfectly
You got it. You really
thrown
got it.
stone.
Very nice.
So they're electing not to touch those rocks. And I think you got to be careful to have a coaching interaction too soon here. Looks like game on.
It's gotta be high. Hair tight.
So on this rock, they could have walked up and peeled off the guard to ensure that Alberta has something to shoot at the end, has a path to the button.
Unfortunately, came a little bit heavy, so great opportunity now for Manitoba. They have two center guards, and there's definitely opportunity to come here and lay one right on the button.
I think it's okay to be top 4, but
Yeah, I like that. Top 8 isn't bad either, but.
This is the side where it curls really well, so the miss here is to be a hair wide as opposed to a hair tight.
close. Close. Yeah, line. Line. Yep. Yep, line. Gotta go. Yep, gotta go.
I think we've determined this side is a little stickier than the other side as well.
Hard. Go. Right up.
Line looks fantastic. Do they have the weight?
Drag it. Go. Right up. Go. Yep.
That's a great stone. Not quite shot, but it's put in a position that's really difficult to deal with.
That's so risky.
That was a
They
great
peel the
sweep.
guards. I think we peel. Yeah. I like peeling. I like this turn.
Definitely decided to peel here. That yellow rock is in a dangerous spot. They want to open this up.
Firm. Whoa. Clean. Firm. Yes.
Second stone, Abby.
Yes. 8-5.
Making contact on the top one and rolls away.
Nice peel weight from Abby.
Another.
Yeah.
Okay. Want that way or this way? Well, what do you like?
I think I like this way.
Okay.
Maybe a hair more ice.
So they're looking to replace that guard. This is setting up to be quite the finish, Tracy.
Yes, the game is
Close.
anybody's game at this point.
Where?
This one looks like it's
straight then,
definitely
straight
all
then,
there on
straight.
its own.
Straight then. You can't hit the top one.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Brokey.
Okay.
Careful they don't line something up here.
Okay.
Can get all three moving now.
Those guards are just so important, and it's so easy to just be a little bit heavy on those.
Whoa.
Outturn peel. Hoping to make contact with two rocks. It's got to finish a little bit.
Yeah.
And only gets to one, so Manitoba gets off the hook with that one. Has another opportunity here.
Put another one.
So they'd like to have this rock a little bit higher. Third stone, Julie trying to guard.
Line's fine, line's fine, line's fine. Line's good. Curl. Curl.
This looks like better
Curl.
weight.
Curl. Yep. You got it, you got it, you got it.
It's a nice guard.
Yep, yep. Nice.
You put that in a nice spot. You know those coaches are itching to have an interaction, but they want to save it up for the right time.
Well, on the next shot, Caitlin's going to have to come in and make a move on the yellow rock at the top of the button. She needs to make sure she can get shot.
Careful they don't nose this one. They need a little bit of finish. And they do.
Even if I'm there, it's fine. I have a shot.
Yeah, they would like that red to roll a little bit more in case they want to play a double on those yellows.
We need to be shot after the shot, right? Because otherwise they're just going to and then we're in trouble, okay? So we're going to throw back 4, right? Tap, tap, right?
So what I've been throwing.
Pardon?
What I've been throwing.
Sure, we'll go with that, yeah. Okay. So where are we going to put the ice? Where do you want the ice? Where was Robbins?
Robbins was like
Just outside.
corner. Yeah, like barely off.
Okay, so you want a little bit more, right?
Like
right there, yeah.
I think.
Okay. If you just have the run back on the 2 or the center one, right? With your last one if something doesn't go right. Okay, but let's make this one really good. Okay, throw back 4, right? Throw it really good.
Okay. So like edge of 8.
So then another good interaction,
Yeah.
and he kind of was leading to what are you going to do in your next shot too, because you can't help him. So I really like that interaction. It's very key for them to try to get shot right now to put the pressure on Alberta.
I'm throwing back 4.
But he reminded
just,
them that
like,
if
trying to
this
sneak
doesn't
under,
work,
and
they
I
can
have- we
always do
always
the
get
run
shot
in
out
on
of
the
the
next shot.
So-
And that's a good
But I always have a run.
thing to throw in on his one interaction for this end.
Yeah. So we were saying like what I've been throwing, basically. Okay.
First stone for Manitoba. Skip rock. Caitlin trying a delicate tap.
Okay, air wide. Clear. Gotta move. Lots of room.
Really looks like it's out there.
It's really gotta go.
It'll come.
Yeah.
Oh, she had great weight though, right? Little heavy maybe
Little
for what they
heavy.
were looking for, but
Those shots are tough
very
because
tough.
you're not playing a draw anymore, so you're adding weight, and now suddenly your line is totally different. So I think she just was a bit heavy there. Probably needed 6 feet less, you know, just to do the tap tap, and the line's totally changed.
Yeah, it's, you know, you have to sit in the hack and think, this is just a T-line weight, and my sweepers will do the rest.
Yeah.
Like top 12.
So Alberta electing to try to choke this off. Just get one around that tight center guard so that that raise is very difficult on the yellow one. They're hoping they don't have to throw their last rock. They make this really good. Alberta is currently shot rock, so Manitoba will have to make a play on that.
Just top 12. Just top 12. Okay, 3's okay. Okay, line's good. Abby.
Line does look good here.
Get it behind. Kenzo, go.
Yeah, it's pretty nice shot. Makes it pretty tough.
I got the. I don't have any. I don't think I have any of the 2. Unless I come this way. I need to chop
That's
at it.
way harder.
I know it is.
Could she play that yellow in the 12-foot and pick out that back red, the red shot rock?
You're hitting like.
That would be there, wouldn't it? Just have
Yeah,
to overcurl a
yes,
little
I
bit
think she
inside
could
out.
do that. Yeah.
It's not easy.
Hard. Yeah.
I almost prefer that to opening up the middle, because if you make that shot, the middle's plugged, right?
There.
wide though. Okay. Okay.
So they're trying the double angle
You have
raise
to hit it there. Yeah.
and
it should
hoping
stay
to leave
straight
that
and normal, so.
yellow one sitting right in the top 12 foot so it still guards things.
This. You have this?
So the front end sees something different. They should, you know, it'd be good
She
for
should
them
come
to
down.
come down and have a chat. This is a big shot.
Like back
Yeah,
8.
see, this is where the coach's interaction, you really miss it, right, when you only get one.
It's close.
It's just really tight here.
I
Right?
It is
So,
doable.
and I need to hit that. I think just try this.
We have to nose it.
Like, I don't think I have all of it.
I think this is harder because then it just
hard.
shoots this way. I think you have to
I think
play
you
it like
have
this.
to go down the middle. It's here.
Yeah, it's like
that.
it's like a third.
That,
I think
that's
I think this is too tight. It's not really moving, right?
I know.
We just have to nose it, right?
Otherwise, I'm going somewhere.
So they have 2 minutes left on their time clock, which is
I don't.
Which
I
is
think
lots.
Just do this. Just do this.
but it's something to just keep an eye on at this point.
Just put it right next to it. Normal.
Anytime you have a whole bunch of angles coming in, it increases the difficulty because you're going yellow, red, into the house onto yellow, red.
And I didn't hear what weight she talked about.
I didn't either.
Mean over there, but I have to hit. Like I have to hit like a part that's buried under it. So.
She needs pretty good weight to move 3 rocks.
Right, and it does have to be fairly thin.
Yeah. I can't hit it.
Probably looking definitely less than half a rock. Probably maybe a third to a quarter.
Yeah.
Last skip rock for Manitoba. They need to count after this.
Yep.
Whoa! No!
Oh, she's.
Line's close.
Oh.
It's a great shot. And she sits for shots. And she's mostly buried there.
That's a great shot.
It is fantastic.
She threw nice solid weight on that, which is what she needed to move that many rocks. She just sat in time.
So goal accomplished. They got shot rock. They made Alberta throw their last rock. She does have backing. She can come to the back red and count. But she does need full 4 foot for the win.
Gotta be T. Where? Abby.
Line looks close. How's the weight? Doesn't look light.
Curl. Oh, hard curl. Hard. Get to nose.
This has to curl. It looks heavy. Oh, and it looks like a steal of 1. We are going to an extra end.
It's a wonderful shot by Caitlin to get that steal.
So Manitoba, big comeback happening here. All tie after 8.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
From cash spiels to grand slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling. With the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
Figure things out here after 8 ends. A tight game here. Manitoba with a key steal. And we are in an extra end on the draw 21. We are playing the ranking for the 5th or 6th place team in U-18 Nationals. Alberta with the hammer. So Tracy, that's a big momentum shift.
Yes, you can certainly see that. Manitoba just really were very patient on that last end. They put up their guards, and she called that last shot. She knew exactly where to hit it. It was just a good team shot.
So again, we had a center guard put up, not quite on the center line, so the button is currently open, which is a bit of an advantage now for Alberta. Manitoba looking to probably throw another guard up here.
Hair tight, really close. Always straight, always straight. Hair up. Hey, where? Like in or? We're sliding. Curl then. Curl, 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 curl. Curl, curl. Easy, easy, easy.
Rock coming in a little bit heavy. Gives Alberta the opportunity to hit.
Yeah. Just control. Yep, down. Yes. 10-5, 11. 10-5, 10-5. Wait, good. Hard, Abby. Hard for a roll.
Line looks good on this one.
Hard.
They're hoping to just roll away a little bit.
Hard roll. Hard roll.
Very nice shot.
Very good throw. So Manitoba's going to have to manufacture something here. They don't really have the guards they want.
I'm okay with like a 1-2. Okay. They're just all up front, so they're just gonna peel our guard. I think we have to play it. Okay. 2. Like a 1. A 1. Yeah. Tight. Hair tight. Tight. Yep. Just a 2. 2. Just a 2. Really close.
Try to make this rock in a spot so that it's more difficult to take out, as we do have 2 red rocks kind of around it. If they can get it kind of in between those two.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Yep. Gotta go. Okay.
Want to feel top first? I like drawing first. Drawing? I like drawing. I like sinking one top 4. No. We have hammer. Just peel.
I think that's a good call by Elena. You do have hammer. You don't need the center all clogged up.
This one. Wait, other turn. Wait.
Oh.
Yes! Hard! Hard, Reese. Big clean.
Looks like the peel was made real well there. I think that was a good call.
Good.
Okay, just with
Things are set up pretty good for Alberta. I don't think they have to make any aggressive calls right now. Wait for Manitoba to bring the play to them.
Hair less. Tight. Tight.
Another center guard happening here.
Easy. Line's fine.
Yeah, I like it.
Going lots.
They just don't want to try to leave a double.
We're good. Good throw.
It's not always so easy, but
Just dropping a rock just over the hog line is, on the other end there, is difficult. It's not always easy just to put that, the guard in the one spot.
definitely is a smaller window when you're just trying to get it into a spot that's about 4 feet long. So the opportunity for the double peel, if they make that, they're in really good shape here.
Whoa. Whoa. Clean.
So the clocks reset after the 8th end, and they're both
Just missed the yellow one, so.
they're both given
Maybe a hair more, Galen.
5 minutes, is it, for this next?
Not sure if it's 4.5 or 5.
Yeah.
I would guess 4.5, but I could be wrong. Could be 5.
Tight. Yep. Has to be on center. Where? Okay. Easy.
So Manitoba's
Going
being
long.
very patient, putting up their guards, which is exactly
Let's
what they
stay.
need to do. They need to steal.
Okay.
Be nice if this bounces off.
Okay.
Fairly easy double there now. Anything on the high side, and they should both be gone.
Like, quarter rock. Feel.
Probably would have been advantageous to sweep that one and get some more separation on that one.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Yes. See. Yes.
There's always the risk of running this in as well onto the red one.
Keep going.
Looks like she's got a good shot.
Nice.
Very nice.
Makes the play. All the center guards are gone now.
Like another one?
Yeah, I think so. Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need to get this rock just biting the top 12, right? So they can't hit it, okay?
Yeah.
So we go top 12 like that, right? They're probably going to try to slash it in, okay? And then that gives us a chance, okay? But this guard, let her throw her out turn. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
on the one that
Yeah.
shot.
So let's go to top 12, okay?
Yeah.
Make that really good. Tell her exactly where you want it, and sweeper's got to know exactly where you want it, okay? Just biting, yeah.
Okay. Just biting 12. Like,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
So the reason why they want it there is those red rocks are positioned in a way that if you put that in the middle, tight to them, it's going to be really difficult to remove.
Tight.
Coach always emphasizes to
biting.
let the team know
Line's
exactly where
Biting,
you
line's
want
really
it.
good.
Tell the sweepers.
Line's really good.
Keep the
Hard.
communication
Line's
going.
good. Hard.
Yeah, he's had some really good interactions with them. I really like how he prepares his team.
Yep. As far as it can go. Gotta go. Yep. Okay.
That's a pretty good shot.
I'm sure Alberta wouldn't be too disappointed if they clipped that red one going by also. When they take this peel out to get rid of that little pocket.
Whoa.
Straight.
Hard straight. Go.
Couple nice peels from Reese.
Very nice throw.
Here, you have to get just right there and hope that they slash it into something.
Like this, right?
Yeah.
Well, at least they have something to work with.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you think it is?
Well,
15-8?
what?
15-8?
Well, 15-5 is here. So I guess maybe
Okay.
it's close.
Yeah.
So I think the miss here is you're better off freezing to the rocks than being a long guard because you want to make it extremely difficult to remove right now because you're running out of time.
I agree. I
Same shot.
think it
I'm
would
just
make it
hoping
really
for a miss
difficult
at this point.
for Alberta, and
Or
it
like a
would make
jam.
them really have to think
Like
what they want to
15-8?
do with the rock if she
To
places
get,
it.
like, just biting? Okay.
Every shot is about tolerances and where you can put the rock. And for this one, you're better off being a little bit deeper than a little bit shorter.
Kate, line's good.
Added a hair.
Yeah, we gotta move a little bit.
Fighting.
Line looks really
Gotta
good.
be fighting.
Really not moving. Kate, yep. Gotta go a bit. Yep, gotta go.
You want to get this as tight as you
Just
can get it.
fighting.
All right,
Just
yep,
fighting.
gotta go. Hard, go. All the way. As far as it'll go. Yep.
That's a really nice shot.
Go.
Exactly where she called.
Very good. Makes it a little more difficult to remove now.
Elena.
You hate this.
I don't hate that. That was the other option I wanted to point out.
Like if we pick this, what does she have? She has to draw and then we have a
The
short.
pick's not easy. Like, if you stuff it,
I don't hate
then
that. I don't
she's
hate that.
hitting and you're facing 2 with your last, right?
True. I don't hate this.
If you make this, this is better. And I don't know, your draw weight's not.
Yeah. The pick's fine too.
Yeah, but like, you can't just judge it based off my draw weight
Okay,
last
but
time. Like that, I was also really nervous.
Yeah,
Like,
have some confidence.
I like this.
You're the one throwing it, Elena. You got either the pick or the little tap.
I kind of like the little tap.
Yeah.
Because
make it.
even if you just like freeze on it, that's not
Yeah.
even that terrible.
Yeah. Make it.
So good interaction there, and it's not always easy to say, hey, let's just peel things out, because that peel is not guaranteed, and then your next shot is tougher.
Exactly. I mean, she could try to peel it out because theoretically you're supposed to open it up. But if she jams it, I guess she wouldn't leave them shot,
Just wide, just draw around.
but it would be in a good position.
Well, I guess the idea is she's not going to be sitting forced against 2 with her last rock now, because she can end the game right now if she makes a perfect shot, and it also gives her a chance to get her feel for her draw weight for her next one.
15-5, just
So she's playing to tap.
Line's good. Room right now, room.
Key is you don't want to tap it behind the tee.
Girl, Abby. Hard.
Line looks really close here.
The weight's good.
All the way.
You want to bump that as far as you can. It's a pretty good shot.
Pretty good.
It's tightened up the house a little bit. It does leave an opportunity for Manitoba now
Now it's further out.
to come around that red one.
What? Yeah, like here.
Back. It has to be back 4.
Now the only unfortunate thing with that play is she's over curled a bit, so that tap on her next shot, that rock's going to be going away from the 4-foot as opposed to into it.
That's right. She
Tap what?
won't have a tap unless she can use the other one. And the good news for Caitlin is she's thrown this shot
See where it ends up.
many times now.
And this will be
like
quick.
just not even
It's
hit
going to
the
stay. This
It's
is the
really
straighter
close to the
side.
4, but it's not 4. Yeah.
So the last skip rock for Manitoba, they need to steal. And this rock has to be in the 4-foot or close to the 4-foot.
Kate, line's close.
Her line looks
Kate,
pretty
line's
good.
Back 4. Just back 4.
Line's good.
No. Watch.
Line is really close.
Really going though.
Take
Straight.
You're going to have to go soon.
Yep.
Straight. Hard.
Hard, yep, gotta go. Okay, whoa.
Line is good, but
Oh.
unfortunately,
That's okay.
a little bit heavy. So it's Alberta not needing to throw their last rock. They get the win in this very entertaining game. Thank you for joining us, and please tune back again for this more action this afternoon.